everyone. So, we're in music season, and let's say you would want some outfits to match the vibe of the season, as one does, but you don't like the current banner outfits. Or maybe you would like to pull, but you spent everything on the last season because it was a double 5 star. Or you're just tired of all the ball gowns and you already have enough in your wardrobe. Here I have some outfits that I made without using any pieces from the current season's banner or shop sets. So, enjoy the video. So for the first outfit, I have this Echo Dreams copycat over here. And you can achieve a much better result if you have Crimson Rhapsody, but I don't have that, so I used what I had, which was Enchanted Encounter. And yes, I used the glow up version of the dress, so here's the original, here's the recolor I did. So I will say uh, I used palette number 7 because that's what I had unlocked, but if you had the first palette unlocked, see, these colors, yeah, they mimic the yellows from Echo Dreams much better, but I didn't have that, and this yellow was too, yeah. So I used this as a substitute. I did use palette number 5 as well for these accents. So it's palette 5 and palette 7, and for the rest, I used these 3 colors from palette 2. Now, I did go with the Gilded Memories hair, dyed in a free color. So, yeah, this is the original. I feel like this matches the Echo Dreams hair color better. I could have gone with the Enchanted Encounter hair itself, but um, I feel like general shape of this one is closer to the Echo Dreams hair. I mean, it's not the same. None of the hairs we have are actually exactly the same, but uh, I don't know. I think this works. For the shoes, I just gave her the Enchanted Encounter glow up shoes with no change at all, just so she would have some height. So, yeah, this is what the dress looks like, but maybe you like the look of that. In that case, give her no shoes or flats. The Arosa shoes also work actually. Okay, maybe I'll give her the Arosa shoes. For the hair accessory, to back out of the dyeing menu. So for the hair accessory, I used this Starlit Diadem from it's free. It's a 2 star, so it's probably from Marquez's boutique. Yeah, and it's not dyeable, so just the way it is. And for the headwear, I used the Arosa headwear. So I thought the Echo Dreams headwear also had these roses, but they were green and golden yellow. But yeah, these roses aren't individually dyeable, so that's a bummer. And also, yeah, I didn't have the palettes unlocked, so I just left it as it was. I did dye like this bit, like these gemstones green to give more of a cohesive look, but it's golden, it's a neutral color, it goes with everything. For the earrings, I used Starfall Melody from Celestial Whispers. So this was the 4 star that came with Crimson Feather. So yeah, I dyed it a little bit. I think these are free colors, but I might have had some dyes unlocked. Let's see. No, no, all free colors. Yeah. So for the style, maybe the Enchanted Encounter earrings would have worked better since it has that cuff around her earlobe here. But I don't know, it just didn't look right, even though I am using the Enchanted Encounter dress. And for the neckwear, I used this Pierced Twilight from Radiant Night Forest, the evolved version of a past Heartfelt Gifts outfit. So yeah, here's she without, here's she with. One thing about the Echo Dream set is that she only has a choker and it has so many layers, which is really nice actually. But yeah, to mimic that, I had to use a choker and a neckwear combo. So this was free. It's not available right now, but you could switch that out with this. the pearl necklace from Misty Poetics. I think that works very beautifully. And for the choker, I used this from Crystal Poem Spring Snow since it did have that lace here that the Echo Dreams choker has. And it does have quite a bit going on. So, yeah, uh, I think it looked nice. And I used this version, the Spring Snow version. I think this is the glow up version of Crystal Poems. Yeah, because this one died better than the base or the first evolution. As for the gloves, I loved this. Okay. This was my favorite part. So yeah, after I was done dyeing the dress, I saw like she had sleeves and ruffles, so I wanted to give her gloves. Look at this. As soon as I put on the Arosa sleeves, it clips, but it clips so beautifully, you see? So this part goes here and the rest, yeah, underneath the Enchanted Encounter sleeves. It's so pretty. And, I mean, if you don't like it, you can remove it, but, like, look at her. Yeah. And, okay, I did not give her a fan. I did dye this, the Lifetime Ineven fan, but do you see, the vibes are completely different. It's also clipping with her hair, but more than the clipping, I just think yeah they don't work together that well. Like yeah, she does hold a fan in the original outfit, but this is not it. But if you have Lifetime Inuin and you think she'd benefit with the fan, you could put it on. It's all free colors anyway. Yeah. Okay, for the makeup, I used Spring Breeze for the base makeup because it has glitter. But yeah, nothing comes close to the base makeup of Echo Dreams. I'm not trying to sell you on it, okay? I'm just saying. Eyelashes, Fading Moon from Crimson Feathers. I just put it on for no reason, really. If you have the Whispers of Waves lashes from the permanent banner, I think that will work better. I just don't have them in this account, so yeah. For the contact lenses, I use Dainty Yellow because she has green eyes, and yeah, we don't have any other green eyes except for these from the permanent banner. I could have gone with Fox Shadow. These are yellow, but I think it looks nice. But like they're both free, so you probably have this. You can switch it out if you like this one better. And lips, Bittersweet Stars, also from the permanent banner. Nothing like the Echo Dreams lipstick either. Like those pieces are so pretty. Yeah. So I was debating between Fleeting Sweetness and Bittersweet Stars, but eventually went with this. And okay, skin tone showcase. So this is her in Nikki's base skin tone. Moonlit Snow, Twilight Reflections, and Passionate Banquet. Yes. So here's a close up with the darkest skin tone. And now for the next one. The next outfit is kind of a spoiler of the event main story, so if you haven't finished that, skip to the next timestamp. But here she is. Okay, okay. Um, this is inspired by the event. You know what happened to the Lorelei troop. Yes, something must be wrong with me to, style an outfit based on a tragedy. But I mean, Nikki does it all the time. So yeah, she is based on Renita, and I'll put up a reference picture that I used. So again, I used the crimson feather dress because of the flames. Okay, I feel like such a terrible person. But same in this dress. I did not have palette one unlocked, so the yellow in Renita's dress is similar to this yellow, not this, what I used. So, okay, let's see. So, I used this yellow, but I think, you know, this works better. So, it's a much paler yellow, and yeah, I I just have the dress. I don't even have the set completed for this, so I don't have access to most of the palettes. So yeah. So for the dress, I just tried to match the color scheme of Renita's dress as best as I could with the palettes I had. And I think yeah, this part dyed better because it is not this shade of green, but I don't have access to that. It's more like this, Renita's dress. Yeah, if you have that, you could. And yeah, same with the outerwear. I just dyed it a bit with the free colors to match this. And Renita is wearing a hat with flowers. I didn't have anything similar that was dyeable, so I went with the Misty Poetics hat, and I had unlocked these colors. So, another thing. So, Renita's hat is actually this color. So I originally went with this, but then it was looking a bit off because I couldn't dye the rest of her dress that color. Maybe with that color it would look more cohesive. So I just thought, let's just match it to the dress. It's fine. Yeah. And the hair, it's it's supposed to be like Renita. So I used this from Meadow Symphony, the animal inviting hair, and yeah, I gave her the Arosa shoes just so she would have some height. Here's her without the shoes. And okay, chokers. So I used the Arosa choker uh, because Renita does wear a lace choker with golden ribbons tied on top of it. So I tried to match the color scheme at least as much as I could. And it does clip in the back, by the way, but from the front, she's fine. And I gave her the Misty Poetics gloves. I couldn't give her ruffles around here, around her sleeves, but yeah. For the makeup, again, this will be very similar to the other one since the 5-star outfit was supposed to be Renita's. So yeah, the makeup matches what she looks like. So for the eyes, I used Dainty Yellow, Fading Moon, but again, the Whispers of Waves lashes would work better. I just don't have them. Rosy Sunset, because I also thought, she's a puppet. No. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. So, and Bittersweet Thoughts for the lips again. And I'll showcase in different skin tones. So here's Nikki's base skin tone, which is also Renita's skin tone, I think. I'm not sure though. This is Moonlit Snow, Twilight Reflections, and Passionate Banquet. And here she is close up. So for this outfit, I used Mistbound Whispers because this outfit, it was a performer outfit, right? If you go around Florowish, you will see that there are magicians performing, so it's not just a music festival. uh, there's a lot of performers and festivities going on, and it's about theatrics, right? So the tragedy comedy eureka here. For the dress, I used this Hazy Affection, which is the dress from Mistbound Whispers, the base dress. However, I did dye it and I used the palettes 12 and 13. For these palettes, you do need the evolution. So I do have the evolution and I used these. For the hair, I used this Sunset Dance, which is a free hair actually. Maybe you get it from Marquez's store. I don't remember, but like it's a 2-star, and yeah, I remember you get it pretty early on. So yeah, it's not dyeable, but uh, this brown color worked just fine for me. And for the socks, I used Arosa Traces from Wishful Arosa. So dyed in free colors, by the way, but yes, it is dyed to because I thought these socks looked really nice because of the frills around here and butterflies. And for the shoes, I use these shoes from Sea of Stars Aurora, which is the second evolution. I mean, not the final one, the one before. So, like, yeah, it is the second evolution, but I did dye it the colors of the original Sea of Stars. So, yeah, here's the original Sea of Stars, only because of the texture. So, here's the original. You see what the shoes look like? And now look at this, glittery. And the glitter reminded me of the shoes from Golden Buds, the 4 star that's running with the current 5 star banner. Yeah. So also these shoes kind of remind me of ballet shoes. Of course they're not, they're heels, but because of the ribbon and everything. And for the accessories, I went with this Yesterday's Bloom from Rosie Reverie. So this was the 4 star that came with the mermaid banner. Um yeah, so I dyed it purple to match the rest of this. So here's the original color. Also, I did use this mask from the Starlit shop, but this is not dyeable. So these red flowers remain red, and I thought that hair accessory at least covered a little bit of that up. And for the headwear, I used Crowning Spring from Wind of Purity. So, uh, dyed in free colors, by the way. It looks purple, but I did use the free blues, free dark blues. This is the default purification outfit. For the earrings, I used Speechless from Rosie Reverie. Again, the 4 star from the Mermaid banner and dyed it purple. I think this looks very pretty. For the choker, I used First Impression from Nikki's Perfect Start, the outfit she starts with, but it is dyed to match. And for the gloves, actually, a lot of the gloves could work here. The gloves that came with Mistbound Whispers would also work. I considered going with the balloon trip gloves. I would dye them, obviously. The Misty Poetics gloves, like, yeah, a lot of them. I just wanted to use the Dream and Glimpses one because it's longer. So, yeah, it looks like she has sleeves, even though she doesn't. Like, they're pretty long and there are frills around here. So, I thought that was a bit different. So, yeah, these are the Mistbound Whispers gloves. These also have frills here. So, something similar but longer. And yeah, it's also dyed in free colors. For the makeup, I used Snow Nocturne, which is the mermaid set makeup, but I mean, you're fine without it. It does give a bit of shading to her nose and around here, but like I gave her a mask. I mean, when she blinks, you can see the eyeshadow and you can see a bit of the glitter here, but still, yeah. For the eyebrows, I used. Okay, I put the mask on later, I'm realizing. Yeah, I put Arc and Clouds from Clouded Long. I'll just remove that because it doesn't matter. I mean, maybe see a tiny bit here. Yeah, it's fine. She doesn't need those. For the eyelashes, I used Whispering Winds, which is a 3 star, so it's free in game. I think these are from Timis's lab. And contact lenses, Obsidian Glow, also from Timis, and lifts, Celestial Glow from Clouded Long. Now, I did use these lifts because I thought it matched the flowers here, so I could match nothing else to the flowers throughout her entire outfit. So, yeah, the lifts, just so it like there's a bit of cohesion. And I'm using the Twilight Reflection skin tone here, so here she is. And here she is in Passionate Banquet. Nikki's base skin tone, and Moonlit Snow. I did use some Eureka only because I had them in the colors that matched this dress. So Masked Magic head, rose ball hands. I don't think it matters that much, but you know, she's a magician. And Masked Magic feet. So, like, I think the only Eureka that makes a difference here is the Masked Magic head. The others, yeah, I could do without. But anyway, on to the next look. Now, this one, if you've seen my video collecting all the furniture from Wishfield Volume 1, you've already seen, but yeah, I wanted to make a conductor, Nikki. So, this uses no dyed pieces, by the way, so it's just a styling, like, yeah. Um, so for the top, I used this top, Dusky Bloom, from the Starlit shop. Uh, This is currently in the Starlit shop. For the bottom, I used Weaving Darkness, which was in the Starlit shop in version 1.5, so from long ago. But if you joined later and don't have this, you can use pants. So yes, I did consider going with these pants. It's a 2-star, so from Marcus's boutique. Yeah, I think this also works. Or you could, you know, dye these pants from Guards Resolve. I think that would also work. And this skirt, but again, if you joined after 1.5, you probably don't have this. This was free. This skirt would also work, but yeah, I really like this one. For the socks, I used Midnight Bloom. These are free, 3 stars. And for the shoes, I used Ephemeral Dream. These are from Mistbound Whispers. So yeah, I used Mistbound Whispers a lot because I felt like that dress was meant to shine this update. So yeah, this is from Mistbound Whispers Warmth, the evolved version of the dress. And I used those shoes because the entire outfit was based around this mask, Night Feather Muse from the Starlit shop, and I couldn't dye it, so yeah, the rest of the outfit had to match. But I went with pieces that didn't require dyeing anyway. So for the hair accessory, I used this Yesterday's Bloom from Rosy Reverie again, and yeah, this one did not require any dyeing. This is as it came. And for the earrings, I used Trailing Melody because um, she's supposed to be a conductor, so you know, music note. And for the neckwear, I used Drifting Threads. I think this is also from the Starlit shop. Yeah, Starlit shop is goated this season. And for the gloves, I used this Silver Shattering Dark Shadow from Silvergill's Aria Dark Shadow, which is the glow up version, only because it peeks out a tiny bit here and I think it looks really nice. And it also has these red gemstones that matches the red here and here and here. And for the handheld, I used this Born for Miracles. So this is supposed to be a fairy wand, but I don't know, conductor Nikki, you can pretend she's a maestro. And this was available in version 1.6. The sketch for this was a quest reward, so it's not obtainable currently if you joined after that, but hey, here's Nikki without the wand. For the makeup, yes, you will see heavy use of these eyes, dainty yellow. Arcane clouds, again, the clouded long eyebrows, I'll remove them since she has the mask. Whispering winds for the lashes again. And bittersweet flowers for the lips again. And I didn't use any Eureka. Here Nikki is in her base skin tone. Molar Snow. Twilight Reflections. And Passionate Banquet. Now I will say I debated a lot on whether to use this hair or Silvergale. Okay, yeah. So I thought this looked very pretty from the back as well, but I eventually went with this from Sea of Stars Morning Star, which is the glow up version. Okay, this look. I had been recording a playthrough that I never posted anywhere since version 1.5, but uh, this was an old outfit I made. This was supposed to be the outfit I used to fight the Sovereign of Sexy. And of course, it didn't look like this back then. She looked very different. I just modified it a bit because I thought she would fit this season very well. Like maybe she's a singer at the Kunstcheco Club. So, uh, yeah, the hair was the first thing I changed. Originally, yeah, this was the hair. But yeah, I think this darker hair looks much nicer. Or maybe I just got tired of the old version because I had it for so long. So yeah, I used the Silvergale Saria hair, but I dyed it. And if you copied my code for the clouded long outfit I posted, you already have this recolor because I did use this hair there as well. For the dress, I used Jade Bloom, so this was also a heartfelt gift outfit and not dyeable, so I dyed everything else around it. For the outerwear, initially I think she had no outerwear, but yeah, I gave her this from Misty Poetics. Misty Poetics just keeps on giving. And for the socks, I used socks in quotes. I used these from Silvergill Saria because they're very pretty, right? Like a performer would wear something like this. And for the shoes, I used these from Rosy Reverie again. I really like these shoes. And it's originally red, which actually works. But yeah, I wanted to make everything match. And for the accessories, for the hair accessory, I used the Rosy Reverie accessory again, but this time dyed in green. And for the earrings, I used Pearly Glow from Dream and Glimpses, another heartfelt gift set. For the choker, I used Soft Bloom. So this is a nice, cute lace choker from Spring Blossom, the planting ability outfit. So yeah, here's she without, and here she is with. I think both work. I wanted to give her something new. And for the gloves, I used Never Replate from Mistbound Whispers, but dyed green. These might be free colors. Yes, all three colors. So here's the original. And for the handheld, she did have this originally. And yeah, flickering glow from Jade Dreams. And okay, makeup. Dainty yellow again. Shining daylight for the lashes. Rose and blossom for the lips. Rosy sunset for the base makeup. And I am using Twilight Reflection, so here she is. Here she is in Passionate Banquet. Nikki's base skin tone. Moon or Snow. So here's another outfit that I've had for a long time. I just modify it a little every season and I never get rid of it. So for music season, I'm using the dress Luminous Haven from Verdant Melodies, dyed in free colors. So this is the original. Yeah, these are all free colors. For the socks, I'm using Wild Delights from Whispers of Bliss. So Whispers of Bliss and Verdant Melodies were 4 stars that ran together and I got both of them. So yeah, that's when I made the outfit. I think you can use any socks really. Like you can see very little of the socks here, and I did dye it in a free color. And for the shoes, I used Arosa because they kind of a little reminded me of the Echo Dreams shoes. These, you see, it does have the metal soles, so does Orosa, and it matches the color scheme. For the hair, so I changed the hair in this outfit a lot. So for a long time I had this, the Blooming Dreams hair, but for this season I'm going with this Silver Spring Love Dark Shadow from Silvergale's Aria Dark Shadow, the glow up version, because it reminds me of the evolved hair from Golden Buds. For the headwear, I'm using wooden weave, which came with Verdant Melodies, so it is part of the set, but I dyed it in 3 colors. For the earrings, I'm using Gentle Dawnlight from Dream in Glimpses Sweetness, a heartfelt gifts, previous heartfelt gift set. For the neckwear, I'm using this from Water's Echo Melody. This is the glow up version, and because the original is also golden, but it's a bit desaturated, so I like the glow up gold better. I feel like it goes better with the overall vibe here. And for the choker, I'm using green silhouette. Now, here's what she looks like without the necklace. Maybe that's better. I don't know. I've been using it with the necklace, but yeah, for the choker, I'm using the Verdant Melodies choker again. So yeah, a lot of Verdant Melodies here. But I did dye it, so the original has the green gemstone in the middle. I dyed it brown to match the dress. For the gloves, I'm using these from Wind of Purity, the original purification outfit. For the makeup, I'm using Spring Breeze as the base makeup. Again, glitter. Delicate Moonlight for the eyebrows. Whispering Winds for the lashes. But Soft Waves is, fuller. But I think for this look, Whispering Winds works best. Fox Shadow for the contact lenses. And Golden Kiss for the lipstick. And now, this is Nikki's base skin tone. Moonlit Snow, Twilight Reflections, and Passionate Banquet. And here's a close-up of the makeup. And that was all the outfits. The mid-patch 4 stars should be dropping soon, and I will be pulling and doing a full showcase and preview of all the pieces, so look forward to that. I will be making outfits inspired by those banners as well, so look forward to that as well. And if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more Infinity Nikki and other fashion game content, consider subscribing, and thanks for watching. Bye!